The wolf pack has been howling, but so far, they haven't been able to save the historic Delta Upsilon Fraternity House here in London, Ontario. The Wolf Pack is the self-appointed name of the amateur home renovators on our show this year. And for the last 14 days, they've been in there doing carpentry work, plumbing, and electrical work. The problem is, they're no good at it.
They are ex-military man Matt from Elmsdale, Nova Scotia.
Good enough for the girls I go with.
Our next builder is a mother of 3 from Spruce Grove, Alberta. Angela.
I need your help.
Next, from Burns Lake, BC, is Corey, a mechanic with his own garage.
I hate that.
Dean, from High Prairie, Alberta, works with young people.
Secure the template. Set the backside guide to appropriate lockset basket. The backside guide tabs include setting the jig. Possession template. What the hell am I reading?
And finally, Simon is a retired school teacher from North Sydney, Cape Breton.
My blood pressure is sky high right now.
At the end of this episode, someone will receive this trophy as Canada's worst handyman.
The saw doesn't like me.
Trying to save this condemned building.
This is crazy.
Over the last 14 days
Oh, for frick's sake.
has been more than just an exercise. These bedrooms belong to real frat boys who are really going to real university, and later this episode, they will really be dropping in.
All right, boys, come on in.
When the frat boys make their presence felt,
Got some visitors for you.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
What have you done to my room?
What is this color called?
they aren't the only ones who drop in. When the sawdust settles, someone will be named
Canada's worst. Canada's worst.
Canada's worst.
Canada's worst.
Canada's worst handyman.
Canada's worst handyman.
Do you hate using your house key? Would you rather it if your door would open up just with a push of your finger? Well, it can now. Getting a fingerprint recognition deadbolt only costs about $300. But how easy are they to install? We're about to find out, because installing a fingerprint recognition deadbolt is the next challenge for Canada's worst handyman. What would you rather have, that or a key? We're not in the future yet, eh?
No, I live in the woods.
Corey starts by reading the instructions. That's right, reading instructions and rereading them. And that is exactly what Kim, Corey's fiancée, wanted when she nominated him as Canada's worst handyman.
Wow, this looks freaking hard.
The instructions say to begin by bending a paper template around the door and marking it where the holes for the deadbolt will eventually get drilled out with a round cutting bit. That's called a hole saw.
You applying force?
Kind of.
Cutting through a thick door requires real effort, which Dean is not making. And neither is Simon.
Am I going anywhere?
Keep drilling. Don't stop. You're gonna go through.
That's Joey, Simon's son. When the hole is cut, don't touch the saw blade.
Oh, idiot. Oh.
That's Doug, Dean's twin brother.
That's why he's Canada's worst handyman.
Oh, that burnt.
Choosing the location of your deadbolt is dictated by personal preference
That's good.
and the state of the door jamb.
You kind of picked a bad spot. Like, completely bad spot.
That is Matthew, Angela's spouse.
That's where your marker is. It's like the only place where there's a hole in the jamb, and you picked it.
This really bites.
Angela decides to deal with this problem by drilling a new hole through her door, which creates an obvious security and privacy issue that defeats the whole point of this whole project. Angela might be Canada's worst handyman.
I feel frustrated and bad that I failed and didn't get another project done.
When the holes are drilled, the instructions say to chisel away enough space
Oh my goodness gracious.
for the steel latch plate. Then, gently insert the bolt. If your chiseling isn't deep enough, you'll have to chisel more.
That has to go in somehow.
If it could go in by talking about it,
That has to go in.
Simon would be done.
That has to go in. That has to go in. That's not gonna work, Joey.
The device that recognizes the fingerprints goes on the door's front, and
How do we program that thing now?
it gets wired to a computer that gets mounted to the back.
How the hell do you mount that?
Dean mounts his to the wrong side of the door.
Idiot. I guess it's backwards. Yeah. I screwed up.
Dean might be Canada's worst handyman.
Right now I feel really low because I couldn't figure that out. I just frustrated.
Corey can't get his fingerprint recognizer to work.
My fingers are so calloused and scarred up. I don't think I even have a fingerprint.
A quick reference of the reference material, and Corey sets the computer properly.
Okay, swipe again. Captured.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
Corey's door lock works for him,
Hey, bud, watch this. Success.
and just as important,
Yes, locked?
it doesn't work for me.
Why is it opening for me?
It's not. It's just locking it because you're trying to break into my room.
Corey doesn't seem like Canada's worst handyman.
I'm gonna put one of those in my house when I build one. I like it. That's cool. I just never need a key.
Matt
Come on.
was nominated for Canada's worst handyman by Silent Keith, his wise friend.
Starting to get a little frustrated.
Matt is hardly a computer geek,
Roll, select.
but he gets the biometrics to work.
Hi-oh, Zing. Piece of
You don't like that?
No, frustrating, man. God, the stupidest little thing makes it not work, but it works.
Matt doesn't seem like Canada's worst handyman.
I live close to the woods, in the woods. Why the would I need a biometric lock? You know, my door's never locked anyway. Come on down.
Simon is desperately trying to put his lock in,
But it won't go. It's not in the middle, so he's got to come up.
Simon might be Canada's worst handyman.
So I was trying to install a deadbolt, and I'm dead. I failed.
When we come back,
I'm a lost cause, I'm a lost cause.
Canada's worst handymen try to finish off their communal kitchen project.
That's dangerous, boy.
When Canada's worst handymen arrived at this frat house, they demolished the old derelict kitchen and put in this shiny new one. But last episode, Corey put the stove on a riser to get it closer to the vent.
There, 30 inches.
Matt and Angela completely messed up this tiling job.
What a horrible mess.
Dean nearly set the place and himself on fire. And Simon failed to put 2 doors under the island.
There's no way that's going to work.
Today, it's the last chance to dance. And foreman Simon wants Corey to hook up the hose vent and run it outside.
Yeah, I'll finish that off.
Okay?
Matt gets the job of plumbing the new dishwasher.
And Andrew, you're not going to clean that.
That leaves Dean to try his luck with the cupboard doors.
Dean, how long is that going to take you?
20 minutes.
Because the tiling adhesive squeezed up between the tiles when they were laid down, there is no room for grout. So, Angela has to remove the hardened mortar.
Oh my God. That is gonna be difficult.
Okay, well then I might as well help you with it.
Angela doesn't want Simon's kind of abrasive help.
Do you want to get like a wet cloth and do the top, and then I'll just work on getting
Anything
this?
you want, dear. I'm as useless as you know what.
Screwdrivers, crowbars, chisels.
That's Gail Prosser-Craig, one of our rehab center experts. At the end of this show, Gail and her rehab center partner, Jeff Woodmansey, will analyze everything they've seen over the last 14 days.
Son of a gun.
Then, they will help me decide who is Canada's worst handyman.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
I think he'll be okay like that, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
20 minutes after Dean said hanging the doors would take him 20 minutes, Dean needs help.
Matt, should it be sticking out or going in all the way?
Should be in all the way.
So I got that wrong then, eh?
While Matt shows Dean the right way to mount a hinge, again,
Mr. Foreman!
Simon drifts to a new job.
Oh, that's dangerous, boy.
Then he goes upstairs,
Didn't find what I wanted, really.
and then he goes back to the tiles, which are now being sanded.
Don't worry, Simon. You go do other work. I'll do this, okay?
Sure? Sure?
Yeah.
Dean takes the door out, then puts it back in, and takes it out,
Oh, man.
and puts it back in,
I'm having a hard time going in. Is this...
and takes it out, and puts it in.
You're just like Simon. You're going to put it in, take it out, and put it in, take it out.
No,
put it in,
it's...
take it out, put it in, take it out.
The cuts are like...
So
whoever-
go cut it.
Instead of cutting it, Dean tries sanding the door down to size.
You're just trying to erode the door instead of cutting it. Cutting it'll actually work.
Instead of moving the stove off this foolish platform, Simon wants to make another platform.
Hello.
His plan is to make kind of like a little stage for the cook to stand on.
He's been running around like crazy. Chicken with his head cut off.
Oh, you guys.
What?
It's not very nice.
We're not here to judge who's the sweetest person. We're here to judge who's the worst handyman.
Okay.
Angela might be the worst.
Does anyone have a putty scraper with them?
Her ever-changing parade of scraping implements still hasn't broken the back of this mortar removal job.
Hate mortar.
Just as Simon is getting his foolish little cooking platform built, Matt pulls him aside.
Not to be the, foreman, because you are.
And Matt wisely insists on doing the right thing by lowering the vent hood
I'm gonna re-hang this door.
and taking the stove off its silly little stage.
Good?
I already have a problem.
Simon's problem quickly becomes Dean's problem.
Hang that door. It has to be cut.
Simon's new problem will be mixing the grout that has to go between these tiles.
Okay, instructions for frick's sake, growth.
Grout should be the consistency of peanut butter. But Simon's grout is more like, what do you call that stuff? Water.
No idea if I'm supposed to pour it on or nothing. And no idea if this is the way you do it.
This is not the way you do it. Grout that's applied too wet will dry out with weak and powdery joints.
I don't have a clue if I'm doing it right. I'm a lost cause, I'm a lost cause.
The instructions Simon read in English called for pints of water, each pint being 473 milliliters. But Simon read the measuring cup in French. And in French, un pint is 1,000 milliliters.
This is a nightmare. Frickin' nightmare. Son of a gun, couldn't do this right neither, huh?
Dean can also do no right.
So it fits, yeah?
No. Close. Just by a hair.
Thanks to a Herculean effort by Matt and Corey, the dishwasher works.
Is that connected now?
Everything's done.
The stove is where it should be,
Let's back down to reality, eh?
and all the gaping wounds are healed. The successes in this group challenge weren't because of the leader.
I just ran around with my head cut off.
When we come back,
Anybody seen a door floating away?
the nominees for Canada's Worst Handyman work on every unfinished project. And they work on their host impersonations.
I'm Andrew Younghusband. You burn it this way, and you burn it that way.
You may have noticed that at the end of our last challenge, Angela wasn't there. That's because, after a hunched-over hour of steady scraping, Angela could feel her body starting to fall apart. By the time she made it to a couch,
Sucks.
it was too late.
I slipped a disc in my back. I went to get up and I felt it slip, and then I caught it before it went all the way out, but it caused quite a bit of pain.
But it's pain Angela thinks she can conquer.
For the end of the show, I'm going to be good to go.
We don't have a whole lot of time left here at the Delta Upsilon Fraternity House, but we do have a lot of work left to accomplish. For their final challenge, this year's nominees for Canada's Worst Handyman have to finish all of the challenges they didn't finish earlier. It's a long list.
And it includes a bonus.
Bonus. What does bonus mean?
Stripper pole.
Bingo.
Well, that's what bonus means in Matt's Gentleman's Club. But over in Dean's room, he'll get hockey paraphernalia. And Corey will get car stuff.
I got lots of work to do.
Yeah.
The person with the most work to do is Simon.
It's good.
But he starts work without a plan.
How am I going to do that? How the hell am I going to get that? Andrew, I'm not a planner at all. I don't have a clue.
At least Simon isn't stressing out. Instead, the warbling carpenter is singing.
I am. I got married to the wife next door. She's been married 7 times before. Oh, come on, Simon.
Simon is not the rehab center's most startling singer.
My turn.
Across the hall. The way Dean handles the rebuilding of his steel bench shows just how cool he is. And just how safe he isn't.
I'm seeing you grinding sparks towards your own body.
Yep.
You're the kind of guy who throws yourself in front of slap shots too, aren't you?
Oh, yes. See the teeth?
No, I don't see any.
For Simon, I don't see any hope.
That's terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, my God, I'm terrible. That's terrible. Pure terrible. Shoot! That's terrible. Pure terrible.
Speaking of terrible,
Motorized shelf.
Corey's motorized shelf fiasco is one project that created 6 more.
Wow.
Corey needs to take the lift down, tidy the hole, add drywall, plaster, paint, and put it back. But instead, he decides to cover the hole with this heavy sheet of melamine.
Looks good.
Hopefully. Frick.
This is where Corey should get help, or at least get a handful of the right screws.
No, the screw wasn't long enough.
Oh. Preparation, hey?
Yeah. Oh, my arm's numb. Okay, pass some Smartles before that falls out.
Dean is finally making an acrylic table, but he keeps touching the material with his heat gun.
I don't have a steady hand.
And he's heating the wood more than the plastic.
The plastic is down there. You're pointing it there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look, it's starting to bend already.
Well, yeah, because I'm heating the plastic instead of the wood.
You're a pro. I'm Andrew Young husband. You burn it this way, and you burn it that way.
When Matt figures out how to fully support his concrete bar top,
Alan Thick, what would you do, buddy?
he's almost done everything on the to-do list.
Done.
Simon's drill bit will soon be, done.
Uh-oh. That's a no-no.
And when he and Joey put their heads together,
What a difference.
the pipe chair kinda gets done.
That's terrible. As usual, I don't know what I'm doing.
What is Dean doing? Back on day 1, when we took all the bad handymen on a supply run, Dean did not buy a lot of tools.
Where's the hockey stuff at? Hey, buddy, where's the hockey stuff?
But he did pick up about $500 worth of stuff that had no business being in his room, like a deep fat fryer, a thermos, and cookies.
My brother put that.
Too bad Dean didn't get an extra coil of rope. Because back at the rehab center, Dean's bike is on a one-way ride.
Why did you cut the rope that short?
What?
And so now pull it up?
I can't.
Grasping for straws is all Dean would be doing
I don't know what I'm doing.
if it weren't for his brother Doug.
Taking 1/4 inch off each side. And you won't see that.
What you won't see is Dean finishing a job without his brother's help.
That's still not right. Just frickin' put it on. Oh.
Watch your mouth or you'll do it yourself.
Matt is almost done his gentleman's club.
Good enough for the girls I go with.
When the bling is in,
Toy like a toiga.
Matt gets every delicate nuance handled to his particular liking.
You son of a...
And his list is...
done. Paint and bonus.
Instead of doing his bonus, Matt rallies the troops.
Hey, everybody! Group meeting out here, please.
Let's go. You know, Ange is there. She's hurt. We might as well help her out.
And with that, the most inspired and productive build of this year's entire rehab center experience begins.
Can you feel the love in the air in here now?
It's almost total beaming love. And everyone is loving doing it.
Looking good, everyone. Looking really, really, really good. No wolf left behind.
Well, almost everyone is loving helping Angela.
Joey, I feel very bad for Angie, seriously. But I mean, I feel bad for myself too because I was so far behind, it's not even funny.
Well, then.
When we come back,
Can do it, huh?
the rooms get finished. And the real Delta Upsilon brothers arrive.
Hail Delta Upsilon, eternal soul.
Oops, it's Upsilon.
It's the final day of rehab. And Canada's worst handymen are preparing to return this Delta Upsilon fraternity house in London, Ontario, to the fraternity boys who live here.
What's going on top the dishwasher?
We never got her done.
But they did get an incredible amount done. An island, beer fridge, new vent, dishwasher, cupboards, walls, counters, and tiles.
Oh, I think everything's vacuumed up good.
And after a quick spit shine,
It looks good.
everything does look good.
It's amazing, eh?
A lot of work.
Or wait, was it a lot of work? We organized 7 group challenges. Each was only 3 hours long, and one was just 2 hours long.
Hey, look at that, boy.
Talking about 20 hours work. When you consider 20 hours of work, you're talking about you and 4 of your buddies for a weekend.
We'll be eating dinner tonight, boys.
Total cost of this kitchen? A sparkly $6,000.
All right, well, congratulations, guys. I think you nailed it. I think you did a really good job.
I love that kitchen. I wish that was my kitchen.
All right, now if you guys can just get your real rooms looking like this, we'll be good to go. Let's go. Final inspection's at 3.
Angela thinks her room is just as she left it.
Let's do the big reveal, guys.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Holy crap.
Awesome.
Your bed is secure.
Oh, thanks.
Your door is hung.
Hugs, hugs.
Your door is hung.
I grew up.
Girl hug, guys. Everybody get in here.
Enjoy, Angie.
This is exactly the kind of finishing help Angela has always wanted.
And I did the most.
On this final day,
So much to do.
what's really becoming apparent
That works.
is the macho theme of most rooms.
This is the best room ever! Ever!
Angela's frat room
How's this looking?
is the girliest ever. Ever?
Looks great.
And Simon's golf-themed room
Can do it, huh?
is getting a hole in one strange spot, as well as an attractive cup and flag.
Rip it off.
Hole was not big enough.
While Simon destroys his 100-year-old floor, he has no idea that the frat boys who own this place have arrived for a surprise inspection.
Come on, fearless leader.
Fearless leader, my ass.
When we come back,
Freaking frat boys are nerds.
the homeowners are not impressed.
What is this color called? Do you want this room?
Absolutely not.
The fresh flock of Delta Upsilon fraternity boys have arrived. These guys are actually due to live in this house come September, so they're obviously pretty excited to see what's happened in their rooms. And their opinions will help us decide who is
Canada's worst handyman!
All right, boys, come on in.
That's Patrick Knight, president of the Delta Upsilon Fraternity's London chapter.
Follow me and you might be shocked.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Matt is about to be shocked.
Got some visitors for you.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
The frat boys seem skeptical.
Why the do we have a disco ball?
It's a strip club, man. Right behind you.
Oh, it is strong.
That's David, the proud owner of this room.
This room was like tailor-made for me. It's like my wish list.
It's like his wish list and then some.
If this room turned out this well, like, I want to see my room.
Let's go there next then.
Oh, no. Can we go back to the way it was?
What have you done?
Patrick, are you a woman? No. Take a look at your mirrors.
What have you done to my room?
It was hurting my feelings, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, these are just like 19-year-old children.
I have a 50-inch plasma. Where does it go? This is barely big enough for just me, let alone me plus one.
I doubt that'll happen.
Why would she say that?
Well, you wore that sweater.
Oh, man.
Oh, nice.
That's all I can say. Oh, I just wanted to kick him.
Do you want this room?
Absolutely not.
That's Aaron, an avid golfer. And luckily his room has been renovated by Simon, an avid golfer.
Hey, open up, guys!
He's got a green.
I got a green. Yeah. Come here, come off the green, okay?
Where you want me?
Putt from the fringe.
You gotta read the line.
It's a perfect putt, but not a perfect hole.
In the post. This looks kind of bogus to me.
Usually they have like round cups.
Oh, that's as round as you're gonna get here, buddy.
What happened to the roof?
The roof, we were supposed to put the piece of plywood.
This looks like an ironing board.
Out of 10, what would you call this room?
3. A generous 3.
I was surprised that the frat boys would give me a 3 because I didn't deserve a 3. I had nothing there. Nothing at all.
Corey's room is next.
Oh, this is bad.
That wasn't my mounting.
That was not your mounting. That was my ass.
Are you all right?
One guy fell.
The final room is Dean's.
Come on in, Sports Palace.
Dean's room used to be palatial, but Dean's wall
All right, who wants to play hockey?
Has choked off the size of the space. And the new wall isn't strong enough to take a frat house pounding.
Will this thing last? Oh! It looks like it's ready to fall over.
To prove he has solid building skills,
I bet you all of you would fit up there.
Dean dares all the frat boys to get into the bed that was really made by his brother Doug. The bed may be solid, but Dean's attachment to it isn't.
Do we like this room?
No.
They also don't like the story of Dean stapling himself.
The blood belongs here, boys, a hockey room. By the way, this is the first time I ever met a frat boy, so...
So, I wonder what Dean thinks of them.
They might be book smart, but not street smart. If they come back my home, they get their ass kicked. And then some.
With the walkarounds done, the fraternity brothers gather in the kitchen to cast their vote for Canada's worst handyman.
It's a two-horse race, baby.
Exactly. So, help us decide. Who do you think is the worst?
Simon. Simon.
Dean.
Dean.
That's Simon.
Wow, this is interesting. Who do you got?
Dean. I gotta give it to Dean.
I'm going Dean.
Dean and Simon were both observed throughout their build by another fraternity member, Mr. Alan Thicke.
Poor Alan. You're disappointed in me, aren't you?
Alan used to live here back in the artsy days of the 1960s.
Work of art, Alan.
Now he's here to help us name Canada's worst handyman.
Your frat boys are gonna love that.
Hey, Alan, we need to know. Hey, wake up. We need to know. Who's Canada's worst handyman?
Simon is the worst, no doubt about it. We'll see what the experts say when the final hour of work is done.
Who's it gonna be? Simon or Dean?
When we come back, the trophy gets handed out.
Canada's worst handyman is...
The bad builders in our rehabilitation center only have an hour left to do their final touch-ups to prove they are not Canada's worst handyman.
I'm most definitely not Canada's worst handyman.
I think Dean's got to be the worst.
If I'm Canada's worst handyman, my jaw will drop.
Canada's worst handyman would be Simon.
I think I'm doomed.
To avoid doom, Simon keeps working till the final minute. In fact, every one of the handymen continues working relentlessly. Everyone except Dean.
Done, I'm the champ. I finished first, my room is clean, everything's done. Done, I'm done.
Half an hour later, when everyone else is done...
Oh, geez, you're always the wrong side.
You just changed it on me once.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's time for the experts to make their final inspections. Looking around Matt's room, it's clear he's not Canada's worst handyman.
How can he be the worst? Look at the room. Every project's completed. You did a great job.
Get the pole,
Angela also did a great job.
I learned so much. Like, it was amazing.
I thought we were only going to affect your ability to do handiwork.
Yeah.
But do we affect your relationship in some strange way also?
Well, yeah, because Matt's attitude, I think, coming in was different than it is leaving.
So it was good for your relationship?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's been really good for our relationship, yeah.
Corey's car mechanic room also isn't looking like the worst.
Greatest lesson you learned in rehab?
Patience.
After following instructions, patience was Kim's biggest hope.
I think we're gonna work good together at building a house. So.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's good.
That's the best news we could hope for. It really is.
No, it is. I'm excited.
Thanks very much, Corey.
You bet.
We'll go see the hell next door now.
Next door, Dean is confident.
I wasn't but worst handyman out of any episode.
You're right. Somebody else was always worse than you.
You know?
But overall, in average, you might be the worst.
That's not good.
The work in this room isn't good, and Dean had time to try and fix it.
First one done.
You could have taken 10 minutes and put a 2x4 from here to the ceiling that held this in place. But you chose to walk away.
I forgot about that.
Simon forgot to concentrate in rehab.
So, my friend, it's come to this.
I know.
You're a really challenging student, Simon, because of the lack of focus, the constant scurrying around.
That scurrying created some of the worst work in rehab.
It was a struggle. There's no question about it. It was a real struggle. Anyway, it's over.
So, Dean or Simon? Who is the worst handyman?
Simon is Canada's worst handyman.
Dean will be Canada's worst handyman.
To compare the differences, let's hear them describe themselves.
Andrew, I'm not a planner at all. I don't have a clue.
I haven't. I'm not a planner at all. I don't have a clue. That's Simon, all right. Dean's self-description gets to the point quicker.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. That's Dean, all right. The time has come to choose the worst.
2-horse race? Who's it going to be? Simon or Dean?
It's a nice looking trophy, Simon.
I know. They have 2 of them?
Well, we've reached the end of another full season of Canada's Worst Handyman, which means it's now time to name the country's most abysmal amateur home renovator. Dean, your work is terrible. Simon, your work is terrible too. But the question is, which one of you is the worst? Is it Simon, who's unfocused? Or is it Dean, who's unsafe? Canada's worst handyman is...
Dean.
Sorry, Dean. I deserved it too.
I thought I was the best.
Dean was named the worst.
Whoops.
Because he's a hazard to himself. This year, no one was more dangerous, or more in need of first aid, or closer to creating an inferno than Dean.
That thing's done.
Dean hammered screws, he put load-bearing pulleys in plaster, and he pulled ancient insulation onto his face.
This is gross.
It's got to be tough to swallow. But when it gets right down to the painful truth, Dean is the most self-destructive handyman we've ever met.
All right, here we go.
That's not something to be proud of.
I'm not proud of it,
But he's in denial no more. Dean Flett is Canada's worst handyman.
I thought I was the best.